for Talk to Me Tuesday on April 12th, 2022. Just to go back to last week and the block that was turned the other way. This was the plan for the quilt. This column all had red going down vertically, and this column all had red going down vertically. This one all had, or was supposed to have, blue going down vertically, and this one was supposed to have blue going down vertically. This one block got turned somehow when I was chain piecing, and I just left it. And since nobody could figure out which one it was, I think I'm good. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to change backgrounds. And we're back. And this awesome panel is a little something I picked up this weekend with Jennifer O while we were shopping at Austin Creative Reuse. That's right. I went to Austin this past weekend. My daughter and I drove down Thursday afternoon and got in super late Thursday night. And then we hung out on Friday, and then my daughter went to stay with a friend of hers for a couple of days. And Saturday, Jennifer and I went to Austin Creative Reuse, and oh my God, I love that shop. So they have a section for like stuff that's for, you know, home improvement supplies and craft supplies, and then they have a section that's all vintage stuff, and it's really cool. And one of the things I got was this amazing panel, which I took one look at and was like, that is so coming home with me. $1. Another thing I got was a souvenir for myself from the vintage department, and most of you know that I grew up in Dallas. I am not originally from there, but I lived there for 20 plus years. You know, graduated from high school there, and I got this vintage snow globe, which has big Tex, and it has the old Texas Stadium where the Cowboys used to play, and Reunion Tower, the big ball, and the building with the mobile red Pegasus on it downtown, and it's a snow globe, and it plays music. So that was fun. That was an impulse buy, obviously, but I was like, oh. I don't have anything like that, so that was fun. I also got a quilting stencil to try out on the long arm, which I thought was fun, these stars. And I got stencil blanks that I can use with my Cricut to make more. I just have to get me a, I have to get one of the 24-inch long mats. But you can use up to a 24-inch length mat. So I can make my own stencils to try. So that'll be fun. Also, there's 3 of those in here. And I got almost an entire bolt of this Twinkle Twinkle Little Star fabric. We got a quilt one time at Project Linus Donated that was huge. And it was all made out of like Mother Goose print, and the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star fabric was used as the sashing, but it was a different colorway. It was like a green and blue, and this is the red and blue. And I took it apart, and I've since made at least 2 like toddler size quilts from it, and I have the remnants left over. And so I'm going to use this to finish up top, and then hopefully I can use the back for the rest of it for the backing and binding, and anything that's left can go back to Linus for someone else to use. So another fun thing that I got while I was there actually came from Jennifer O, and that was something she ordered from Michelle and her quilt shop. And it's a 2.5 by 6 inch ruler that says, "I heart my quilting friends." So that's a lot of fun. And then I had made 2 shirts. I couldn't decide which color I liked better to send to Jennifer last year after I got my Cricut. And I made 2. And so I hadn't sent them to her yet because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to send. So I just went ahead and took both of them with me, and I let her choose which one she liked best. And then this will be mine. They both say the same thing. Hers is light blue with white vinyl, and this is mine, and it says, I drive fast and barefoot, because we both like to, especially in the summer, that's how we both quilt. But we both, or sew, and we both have Juki super fast, you know, single stitch, high speed stitching, sewing machines, and I just felt that was appropriate, so that was fun. So now I have one for me too. And then another thing I have is I went through, Jennifer has like, I don't know, 3 bins of orphan blocks, and probably and then some. So I picked out some orphan blocks to bring home, and I'm not going to show you all of them, but there's a set of black and white and gray that I'm going to try to see if goes with the red and white ones that I already have in my stash from Linus. There's one that's like it's like a 20-inch block, I think, maybe. So I just need to add some stuff to that to make that a top. Drunkard's Path. And this is a set of applique blocks. And at least half of them are already zigzagged around. They're just circles of novelty print fabric. At least half of them are Star Wars print, and those are already zigzagged around. And then the rest are other various fabrics, and they're on 6-inch squares. So I'm going to finish zigzagging around the circles, and then I will turn those into a couple of quilts, maybe 3, who knows. There was some stars like these that look tessellating basically, but they're using novelty, actually cat's fabric. This was, I think, designed to be an applique. There was only one of these. So I'm going to use this on the back of the quilt top I'm about to show you. I had picked out some orphan blocks, and she had mentioned in one of her videos about her 1/4-inch compensating foot that's used for doing hems and things like that. And she likes to use it for her piecing, 1/4-inch piecing. And so I wanted to try it to see if I wanted to buy one for my machine. And rather than just try it on some random scrap fabric, I took some of the orphan blocks and we trimmed them up to the same size and turned them into a quilt top. Right here. And these, I think it came out really great. And it's a similar kind of, it's some of the same fabric. So it's from the same person that did the applique. So I'll probably use the applique depending on what backing I use. I'll just use it as, make it like an Easter egg on the back of the quilt. Finally, you remember Jennifer did memory quilts at the beginning of the year for her future son-in-law and his family. And the stuff that she trimmed off the backing, the leftover backing, is tie-dye, which she knows is my thing. And so she let me bring all of that home. So that I can turn what's left of what was kind of some sad quilts into some cheerful quilts for some kids. So obviously, last but not least, I just want to thank Jennifer and her permanent boyfriend and all 5 kitties for welcoming us into their home. We had so much fun, and it was just so nice to, we didn't have a retreat. That was the only sewing I did. That's not what we were there for. We were there, it was a vacation for me to really finally, you know, get to see her, and we could catch up and just relax, drink a little wine, and just decompress after what was, I mean, it's almost been a year since when she came Memorial Day weekend last year and for retreat, and we had such a good time, and a lot has happened in that time. During that vacation, when she came to Albuquerque is when I got the scheduled the interview for the job at the TV station. And, you know, she remembered like how excited I was about getting ready to start that. And boy, that just didn't turn out the way I had planned. And it just wasn't for me. It wasn't a good fit. And this was a great way to celebrate that period being over and my new adventure starting, working at Hip Stitch. And it was just so great to be able to hang out with her and go finally visit Austin Creative Reuse. And I got to see Miss E, and I got to meet her fiance, and I got to meet the cats. The only one I didn't get to hang out with at all was Ramsey's, but I did get to see all of the other kitties, and sweet little Rosie Posey, and just, you know, is such a wonderful, affectionate kitty. And she would sit in my lap and purr. And then Mabel would come try to steal her purse and just sit on her and make her go away. So Iliad loved to get his face scratched. It was just such a good time. Thanks so much for hosting in your own home this time. And I look forward to our next BFF retreat where we're going to just stitch, stitch, stitch. Maybe we can see each other in the fall. We're going to try to make it work. That is all I have for you. I feel fantastic. I'm just going to chill today, maybe do a little laundry and recover. I hope that you are all well and that you have had time to be crafty and at least get a little bit of some kind of crafting in. I look forward to watching your videos, and I will see you next week. Bye!